morning, sir. We are Group 8 from Introduction of Financial Accounting. I'm Jia Hong.
I'm Jervis.
I'm Brandon. My name is Simon, sir.
My name is Paul Kylie.
Okay, so today we are going to present our financial accounting presentation. So without further ado, let's start our presentation for the day.
So Jervis, can you start?
Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Jervis. We'll be starting the video with the background of the two companies that we'll discuss, which is KLCC, Property Holding Berhad, and Sport Toto Berhad. First of all, KLCCB is the property development arm of KLCCB Staples Group, Malaysia's largest real estate investment trust, REIT. It's a diversified office focused REIT with Grade A office, including the Petronas Twin Towers and a luxury hotel and a premier retail mall. KLCCB was incorporated as a public limited company in February 2004 and listed on the main board of Usaha Malaysia Securities Berhad on August 18 in the same year. KLCCB underwent a corporate restructuring into a separate structure known as KLCCB Staples Group. Subsidiaries like KLCC Urus Harta SDN Berhad and KLCC Parking Management SDN Berhad are engaged in facility management and car parking management service respectively. Next, Sport Toto Berhad SP Toto, formerly known as Unilight and Electrical Industry Berhad, then Far East Asset Berhad, the company acquired STM Lottery SDN Berhad in 1992 years and became Berjaya Sport Toto Berhad before rebranding as Sport Toto Berhad in 2022 years. SP Toto operates through segments including motor dealership, Toto betting and others. Its subsidiary engaged in various businesses such as Toto betting operation, manufacturing, property investment, hotel operation, computer consultant, environmental protection service, insurance service, among others. The logo of Sport Toto Berhad features the word Berjaya in Bahasa Melayu and a symbol composed of four upward facing PS in vibrant green, encircled by a blue lining representing device thread working together towards success. Yes, that's all. Here I would like to invite my fellow friend Paul Kylie. Thank you.
Thank you for my teammate presentation. Now I want to present about the business activity, mission and vision for KLCC, Property Holding Berhad and Toto Sport Berhad. There are four property investment segments for KLCCB: is office segment, retail segment, and hotel segment and management service segment. Office segment is talk about retail and office space and related activity. Retail segment is retail rental of retail space and related activity. Hotel operation segment is rental of hotel rooms, food and beverage sales and related activity. Management service segment is facility management, car park operation, management of real estate investment trust and general management service. For Sport Toto Berhad, there are three subsidiaries. First, STM Lottery Sdn Berhad is operating of Toto betting, TG or Lotus game. HR Oven Place, Luxury Motor Realty in United Kingdom, and International Lottery and Totalizator System. The International Lottery and Totalization System is talk about manufacturing and distribution of computerized wagering system, provision of software license and support in the USA. Next, the mission of KLCCB is create the best at KLCC for all stakeholders by understanding changing market lifestyle and dynamic, differentiating themselves, evolving and transforming their destination. Reimagine. After that, KLCCB also reimagine retail space by personalizing the entry customer journey. Last, KLCCB also want to innovate bespoke and selfless hotel experience designed to serve diverse and evolving customer needs. The mission of Sport Toto Berhad is neutral and sustainable, profitable, sustainable business allied with diverse business development and value creation aspiration of all stakeholders. maximize the value of human capital growth, empowerment, and a committee to excellence. Also is the vision for Sport Toto Berhad. Last, the vision part. The vision of KLCC is envision the office of tomorrow, elevating workplace cost, enhanced security, experience, and connectivity. Right after that, KLCCP also want to drive and encourage diamond of their space by developing place that people agree anticipate delivery financial and society value to all stakeholders. Last, the vision for Sport Toto Berhad is generate profitable return for shareholder, core investment in core business activity, provide financial resource management, sport teamwork, and commitment to excellence. Last, often a cross-functional environment and development opportunity to maximum employee potential. That's all for the business activity, mission, and vision part. Now I will pass to Brian and Jiahong to talk about to present about the summary of financial ratio. Thank you.
A very good morning to everyone. I'm Brian and I'm Jiahong. So today we will be we will be the one responsible to introduce you guys to the summary
Of financial ratio.
very well. So would you like to start first or me?
I would like to pass to you.
Very well. So in this summary, we have concluded the financial ratio of KLCC Property Holding Berhad and Sport Toto Berhad by using liquidity ratio, activity ratio, profitability ratio, and last but not least, leverage ratio. So, what is a liquidity ratio? A liquidity ratio is an important class of financial metric used to determine a debater's ability to pay off current obligations without raising external capitals. It determines a company's ability to cover short-term obligation and cash flow. In this ratio, we use the current ratio and quick ratio. So, in the year 2002, the current ratio of Sport Toto Berhad is 1.927, compared to KLCC Property Holding Berhad, which with a ratio of 3.769. Whereas the quick ratio of Sport Toto Berhad is 0.949, compared to KLCC Property Holding Berhad with a ratio of 3.7674. So it's obvious, based on the result, we can know that the company KLCC Property Berhad has a better ability to cover the liability in the short term immediately and instant debt paying ability compared to Sport Toto Berhad. Okay, so what about other than that? So what about the activity ratio? Activity ratio can be defined as any financial indicators that aims investor and research analysis in determining how effective a business uses its asset to create revenue and cash. It can be used to compare two distinct companies operating in the same industry, in this case Toto and KLCC, or to track the financial health of a single company over time. In this ratio, we use the total asset turnover and account receivable turnover. So let's get back to 2022. The total asset turnover of Sport Toto Berhad is 1.706, while KLCC Property Holding Berhad is 0.081. Based on the result, we know that Sport Toto Berhad has the best efficiency in using its asset to generate revenue. Moreover, KLCC Property Holding Berhad has a high ratio of only 10.387. Thus, KLCC Property Holding Berhad efficiently collects receivable in the management of credits. So, what about the profitability ratio?
Well, I would like to start for it. Okay, so for the profitability ratio, what is about that? The ratio is evaluate the ability of a company to turn a profit from its sales or operation, balance sheet assets, or shareholder equity. It shows how efficiently a company earnings profit and adds value for shareholders. In this ratio, we use profit margin on sales and return on common shareholders' equity. So we can see in the year 2022, the profit margin of sales of Sport Toto Berhad is 0.0326 compared to KLCC Property Holding Berhad, which is 0.625. So the profit margin on sales of KLCC Property Holdings Berhad is higher than Sport Toto Berhad because of the company operating efficiency by achieving profitability. So furthermore, the return on common shareholders' equity of Sport Toto, as we can see, is 0.135, which is lower compared to KLCC Property Holdings Berhad with a 0.149. So in this ratio, we notice that KLCC Property Holdings Berhad has a higher return on equity than Sports Toto Berhad and more efficiency in generating cash flow. So last but not least, what about the leverage ratio? So a leverage ratio is just one of several financial measurements that assess a company capacity to fulfill its financial obligation. It may also used to determine how change in output would impact operating profit, which one can access the mix of operating expense incurred by the company. This is important because companies rely on a combination of debt and equity to fund their operation. So, and understanding a company debt will helps determine whether it will be able to make its loans payment on time. In this ratio, we use debt to asset ratio and debt to equity ratio. So as we can see by this data, the debt to asset ratio of Sports Toto Berhad is 0.707, which is higher than KLCC Property Holding Berhad, which is 0.162. So it means that Sports Toto Berhad has more liability than assets, which consists it has higher leverage. So it is more dangerous to invest in because a business has a low debt to assets ratio is less risky. So on the other hand, in debt to equity ratio, we know that the lower ratio company has a low risk of external financing, and the higher ratio company has a high risk of external financing. Based on the result, we knew that KLCC Property Holding Berhad has a lower debt to equity ratio, which is 0.157, compared to Sports Toto Berhad, which is 1.294. So that's all from us about the ratio. Now we would like to pass to Tan Yong-sen, our fellow teammates, to continue for the suggestion and conclusion. Thank you.
Thank you to my fellow friends to give me the chance to talk. Now I talked about the financial strengths and the weakness of the two companies. For the strengths of KLCC Property Holding Berhad, there are 4 strengths. One of the main strengths is that the assets and current ratio, the quick ratio, and account receivable turnover, which indicating operational profitability. One of the weaknesses of this KLCC Property is that the lower in total asset turnover, showcasing the low efficiency in generating revenue from assets. About the strengths of the Sports Toto Berhad, the strength is that the Sports Toto Berhad boasts a superior total asset turnover, showcasing the high efficiency in generating revenue from assets. For the weaknesses, F3, but the main weaknesses of this Sport Toto Berhad is that no existing current ratio, quick ratio, and the account receivable turnovers. For the suggestion for these two companies, I have the suggestion that I have listed some suggestions to the Sports Toto Berhad, and one of the main is that I can give is the regularly monitoring and adjust the current assets and liability for a healthy current ratios, and also you can maintaining a sufficient cash reserve for immediate financial obligation to achieve a high quick ratio. To the KLCC Property Holding Berhad, my suggestion is about the total asset turnover to manage the efficient cost control and reducing the operating costs related to property management by putting into the practice efficient cost management techniques. While Sports Toto Berhad grapples with the challenge in debt management requiring a proactive strategy, while KLCC Property Holding Berhad is exhibit stability and profitability, presenting a positive outlook for the potential investor. That's all for me, or the presentation. Thank you.
That's all for us, our presentation. Thank you.
Bye bye.